I have this double oaked from Woodford Reserve, which was previously distillery only. It is now available nationwide. Is this worth the $200 price tag? Well, let's find out. Welcome back to Old Fashioned Ways Plus Plus. I'm Doc Martinez. Now, the Woodford Reserve double oaked is one of my favorites. I think that's a great sipper and makes a mean old fashioned. But that has a price tag of only $55 compared to this double oaked at $200. Is this worth that major price increase? Well, I'm gonna pour some out and we'll try to find out. So let's pop this bad boy open and go from there. All right, time to hear that bottle pop. Let's see. Oh, not too bad at all. Make sure to give myself a good decent pour. I'm using my buddy Whiskey Shaman's glass. All right, let's just put to the side, let this breathe, and let's get into this a little bit. Woodford Reserve's double oak was a limited edition release. It was part of the company's distillery series that was introduced by Brown-Forman in 2015. However, starting in 2025, the company increased the bottles to a size of 700 ml and turned into a national limited edition release. Now, there is a little confusion about the name double oaked. So, the double oak moniker is used to explain that the bourbon has been finished twice the amount of time as the standard double oaked expression, and is not actually in two separate finishing barrels as the name would imply. I have seen so many mixed reviews, I wanted to taste this for myself. So if you want a chance to win a sample and try this for yourself, stay tuned. All right, enough talk. Let's get into this bottle. Bottle details: Woodford Reserve double oaked. Classification: straight bourbon whiskey. Distillery: Woodford Reserve. Release date: January 2025. Proof on this is 90.4 proof, making it 45.2% ABV. Age at least 5 to 7 years. Finish 2 additional years. Mashbill: 72% corn, 18% rye, 10% malted barley. MSRP on this bad boy: $200 for 700 ml, not the standard $750. Anytime I do a review, I do a standard scoring of 1 to 10 on aroma, flavors, complexity, mouthfeel, finish, and would I buy again. All right, time for the fun part, going into the glass. But let's first look at this. Ooh, that's a dark red mahogany color. Ooh, it's doubled, so I mean, you expect a nice darkness, but that is like a beautiful dark red on there. I like the way that looks. All right, let's just kind of spin this up a little bit. Let's see how it sticks to this glass. It's forming some legs. They're a little tight, not too bad, sticking to the glass decently, and now they're starting to run a little bit more. They're not as tight as they were when they first started, but I mean, it's a good look on that glass. So sticking decently well. My dog. So sticking decently well. I forgot to get out my trusty book here to keep my notes. All right, let's go in for aroma. Ooh, that's actually not a bad start on the nose. That's very dark, but not in a bad way. There's a dark sweetness there, maple syrupness, like kind of a, almost like a, yeah, it's like, that's like maple butterscotch. A lot of sweetness, more sweetness than on this nose than I was expecting. Now, here's a little trick I learned from Nancy Fraley. She covers it for just a moment, and then you go in for that nose again. Ooh, adds more of that like sweet maple pancake almost kind of smell. Let's do that one more time. There's a nice darkness to this that just smells so good. Better if I face it towards you. It's interesting. I was expecting to get more of a oaky on the nose. I'm not getting too much of that. I'm actually really enjoying that nose. I'm actually going to give that nose, it surprises me. I'm going to give it a 7.5. All right, next, flavors. Let's go for that taste. Can't wait. Interesting. First flavor, darkness, bitterness, a little medicinal. A little bit medicinal on the tongue for the initial flavors. It's my first drink of the day. That can kind of change things. And hopefully when I go through this and a few other ones, I get some different changes in there. But very medicinal on that tongue. There is some sweetness there, but it was a little bit different than nose. It was definitely different than that nose. Now, so for initial flavors, I'm going to give that a 6.2. All right, next is complexity. Let's put this on the tongue again. I'm going to hold it there a little bit longer, see how it changes on my tongue. Okay, I do like that a little bit better. Covers the palate a little bit better. It's a little bit sweeter. You still get some of that bitterness in the background. I'm going to assume that's from the double oaked, right? But there's like a interesting flavor that hangs on that I don't think I've used before. A chai tea flavor that just kind of goes over. You get those spices, like those baking spices like cloves, but you also have a nice sweetness in there as well. So they kind of overlap. And then there's this lingering sweetness in the back that I need to, when I go in for the next step, I'm trying to pull that out because it just lingers in the background. There's a little bit of tannic and drying of the mouth, and that's kind of starting to take over now, and it kind of gets rid of those flavors that are just, it seems like these flavors are a little bit hidden because you get a lot of that tannic and drying of the mouth. It's not overly drying yet, which I've had with others, but it seems to be masking some of those flavors. I really want to pull that back flavor that just kind of eluding me right now. Kind of like there's little apples and stuff like that. I'm thinking it might be, but let me go on for that next one. So for complexity, it goes through a lot, but it's kind of hidden. And so how do you rate that, right? There's stuff there. I haven't been able to taste it yet. And so is that the bottle's fault or is that my fault at this point? So for that, I'm going to give that a 6.5. All right. So next is mouthfeel. I'm going to go in for another one. Going for that drink, kind of hold it there. Okay. That darkness, that sweet darkness that I was smelling on the nose is now starting to come through more. Dark chocolate, citrus, burnt caramel, like more of a burnt caramel. Now, that lingering taste in the background is more like an apple, like just a almost like a baked apple kind of flavor, like when you get the baked apple and you have like cinnamon and clove on it. So that's kind of what that back taste is like to me, and I'm liking that. But pretty quickly, there's a tannic dryness, oakiness that kind of masks that pretty quickly. So as this flavor is trying to come in, this one kind of just overwhelms it and takes over, and then you have that flavor. So we're on mouthfeel right now, which is not what I'm discussing because the mouthfeel is the thickness and viscosity, but I kind of had to just go over that again. So maybe we'll talk more about that in the finish, I guess. So for thickness and viscosity at this point, it's on the tongue. It covers the tip, it covers the mid, not so much the roof of my mouth. Kind of what I was saying, kind of pushes, that oakiness kind of pushes through, kind of masking other flavors. But it is nice and it's still there on the mouthfeel. I mean, that they still have that taste on there. The thing I don't like is the dryness, that when it dries, it kind of takes away their flavor. So that mouthfeel is kind of, I really like parts of it, and there's other parts of it I don't like as much. So for mouthfeel, I think I'm going to stick with a 6.5. All right, time to go on for that finish. Now that finish is kind of what I was discussing a second ago, but let's go on for it. So this finish is very different than a lot of things I've had. As I said, you get that sweetness, you get that, dark chocolate, dark caramel, all those flavors in the beginning. And pretty quickly, the oak kind of takes over. I like that hint that where I discussed the apple, like a baked apple with the cloves and the spices and all that, because that's right in that middle part. And it's just as you're starting to enjoy that, the tannickiness, the dryness, and all that kind of take over, and kind of when you get all that with that kind of extra age, you get a little bit of those Tabasco or other kind of notes that you get on your tongue. And I do like them. The more I'm drinking this, the more I think it's changing the way I'm feeling about it. So this one's been very confusing for me because the first one I was a little bit it was overthrowing. It wasn't like hitting my mouth right. The second one, we're starting to get a little bit more of those flavors. I'm trying to pick them out, but there's still that tannic just keeps taking over, and it goes over. The thing I like is with this finish, it does last. It is there, and it is a double oak, so I guess the finish should be that leather tobacco oaky flavor that you're gonna get, because that's what you're getting this for that double oaked. And so for the finish, and because it stays there so long, I'm actually gonna give that a 7.2. Now, the biggest question is, would I buy this again? I'm gonna go in for a sip and now I'll answer that. This one has been one of like a emotional or palate roller coaster for me. I was okay with. The second one, I kind of didn't like as much as the first one. The third sip, everything kind of started hitting the tongue. I started liking it a little bit more and a little bit more. When I started talking about the finish when I should have been talking about the mouthfeel, it's because there's just so much going on at one time. And also, I'm going to add one more note. I'm kind of figuring out what that is now. So the reason it's so hard for me to pick this note is because I am not a coffee drinker. But that's what it is. It's like a coffee. It's like a coffee. And the only reason I know this, my wife, I drink tea every morning. My wife drinks a coffee. There's been times where she accidentally either gives me her coffee, or there's been times where it doesn't filter out and clean it, and there's a coffee flavor and I can taste it. And that's what this reminds me of, like that hint of coffee in my tea. So I was tasting that chai tea, which I do enjoy. And then I was tasting at the end here, I taste more of that coffee note. So I just kind of wanted to add that in there. But would I buy again? Would I buy again? You're paying $200 for a 700 ml. So and you can buy a double oaked for $55. Now I'm gonna actually do, it's making me think. I'm gonna come back to that thought right now because it made me think about a few things. So would I buy again at $200? I probably wouldn't. I'm glad I have one. I'm glad I got to try it. Glad I have it on the shelf, and I'm glad I'm gonna be able to share this with you. And we'll talk about that in a little while. But at $200, I think that's just a little overpriced for what it is, especially coming at 700 mLs. So no, I wouldn't buy again, and I'm gonna give that a 6. So my total on this was 39.9 out of 60. 39.9 out of 60, and that's a major reason why I wouldn't buy again. At $200, I want this to be a higher score for me. And of course, this is my initial thoughts. I just popped this open today, and sometimes when you let it sit there, they open up and they taste a lot different, right? And I'm gonna have to come back to this, but this is my thoughts right now. One, I really enjoy the double oaked. I have a barrel that I have right now sitting outside, and when I first got that barrel, I actually put some Woodford double oaked in there, so I kind of double oaked it myself, right? So I think I'm gonna do that. I think what I'm gonna do is do a blind, and I might actually send this to a few of my friends. Maybe some of my friends online will do this with me. What we'll do is I'll send the double oaked, I'll send my barrel double oaked, and then I'll use this double oaked as well. And what we'll do is we'll do them blind, and we'll see how we rank them and see how they come out. Now, if the double oak wins, we know this is not worth it. If the barrel double oak wins, we know there's a lot cheaper way to do it yourself, and you can do it at home. And if this wins, then we know they're doing something right, and I'm wrong today. And I don't mind admit when I'm wrong. So there you go. I think we'll do that. I think that'll be fun. I think that'll be a fun experiment to do and see what comes out of it. Now, let's talk about how you can win a sample of this. I think it's something worth trying. I think maybe you just need to let it, when you pour it out, let it sit up and open up a little bit more. Because the longer I left it here, the more it changed on my palate. And I kind of enjoyed that journey with that. I kind of enjoyed that, the palate roller coaster I was kind of going through. So first of all, if you made it this far and you have not done it, go hit that like button for me. Also, please help me out by sharing this video. YouTube loves it when you share, so just share it for me, please. Share it with just a friend, family, whoever you can send it out to. Send it to your mom, even if she doesn't like them. Now, in the comments below, let me know, do you enjoy Woodford? And if so, which is your favorite Woodford? I know I can always go back to my double oaked. It's an easy sipper. It makes a great old fashioned. And a lot of times when people ask me to give them a list of things that they should try when they're first starting, that's usually one that's on my list. Also add hashtag double oaked. All right, hashtag double oaked. Well, my friends, thank you for joining me on another journey down my whiskey rabbit hole. To our next journey, my friends, cheers.